Rookie recap. It's our final episode of the season. Wow, has 8 weeks gone by so fast.
So quick.
Oh, well, we're talking about some hard-hitting topics this week. We are covering the City of Darwin budget outrage, Alfresco dining tax, are you for or against it? We're also talking about, well, explaining the Lee Point issue, whether Lee Point should be bulldozed or saved. And lastly, we're also talking about mandatory COVID jabs. Ooh, dun dun dun. I am Sophia Emerson-Bain. I have with me Thomas Mayer and Sinclair Hunt. Of course, later on the show, we're talking with Matt and Damo, who I'm really excited to talk with because it's the final episode of the season. We'll see what they've gotten up to this week. No time to waste. Let's get into it. Did you guys hear about this week, well, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, Darwin City Council announced their municipal plan, which is kind of like their budget. Mm-hmm. And in it, there were lots of things that they talked about in terms of what rates increases are going to happen. 2.5% annual rates increase is going to happen. It's going to help fund their capital works program. I believe $55 million is going to be spent on Casuarina Leisure Aquatic Center, which sounds really fun. I think $28 million is going to sports, lots of things, as you can see on the screen. But one of the sticking points for revenue raising was the reintroduction of the Alfresco dining tax. So businesses that have tables outside have to pay $7 per table per day in the CBD, or if you're outside the CBD, it's $4. And people seem to be going nuts about it.
Yeah, I think if it's already existed, this tax, pre-COVID, then I don't see why it's a problem to reintroduce it, especially with how busy Darwin is now. You can't even get a table in most places. It's just that many tourists up here. Yeah, I think it's time, because the council needs money to do these things.
Mm.
Yeah, and I mean, I only found out about this not long ago, but I'm one for thinking outside the box sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. And if you have these, they talk about per table per day costs. All you need is 30-metre long Viking spec tables where everyone can just sit there and enjoy their meals together. $7 a day.
Solved.
Done.
There you go. You should be a business consultant.
Mate.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know if that counts, but good solution.
Unless there's a measurement on the tables, specs.
Don't know if that will happen, but I mean, I know that businesses are hurting. Their argument is that they really suffered during COVID, and so it will take them a long time to recover and bounce back. So this tax being introduced is not at the right time for them. I personally think that the new normal is here. We need to get back to things, and like you said, we need to fund projects. But I think it's a very small part of the budget, but it has been blown out and people are really, really upset about it. So it's really interesting. Let's talk about something else though. Lee Point. The Save Lee Point signs. Have you guys seen them?
Plenty of them, and within good reason too, I think. I think it's a bad idea myself, but if you want to go in more about it, what's going to happen? What's the proposal?
Have you seen those signs?
Yeah, I have, around the place.
Yeah, so they've started popping up, and I think a lot of people are like, what is this? Essentially, Defence Housing Australia is wanting to clear 132.5 hectares of land at Lee Point. It would be to house 800 defence houses as well as other developments. There would be commercial as well as retail spaces. It would also have a school, I believe, public space, open space like parks. It butts up to Casuarina Coastal Reserve, as you can see. To the left of Lee Point Road there is all, at the moment, being utilised for mountain bike trails and people going walking. And people are really enjoying that space, which is Commonwealth land, I think. And I think a lot of people are upset about that. Friends of Lee Point are also upset about the migratory birds that are there. They say that 80% of birds that are at Kakadu, I think, are found there. So I think there's a lot of concerns.
Yeah, I mean, they utilise it for mountain biking, but it's also nature. Like it's a native area. I mean, there's birds that come down. They migrate twice a year from Siberia, and some of them stay, and some of them go. So, but I mean, like there's so many species that travel through there, and this is going to be phenomenal if they do something like that. I think it's horrible. It's just be another urban sprawl development where people will be living on top of people. And before they look at doing stuff like that, they need to fill up the current areas, like Northcrest. What's going on? Buy some houses, people. Fill it up, all right? But I mean, like, they should just leave it the way it is. Where am I meant to go and get my kid off if not the new beach? Where?
So your big concern is urban sprawl and the fact that the nudist beach will be affected.
Yeah. You'll bring down the property pricing there, just the view you get.
Yeah,
It's a serious topic. I'm sorry I'm laughing.
I was neither here or there, but I think you've convinced me, mate, but I don't want to go to the nudist beach if you're down there.
Thomas will not be buying a house there, confirmed.
I care about the birds, not you getting naked.
No, but seriously, I think that the other issue is it just sheds light on our environmental protection laws, because I think that even though there's been lots of protests happening, it is a little bit too late to do anything about it. I think that there's a fine window that something could change and that proposed development might not happen, but I think it sheds light fundamentally on the fact that our environmental protection laws are not allowing for enough community consultation to allow people to have their say at the right time to stop these types of developments going forward to this next step.
Yeah.
And this is planning to be in stages, 7 stages, I believe, with 1 stage done every year. I know that a lot of people are wanting to move into this space, but maybe not anymore because of your nude beach chapter. But
you can thank me if it doesn't go ahead, people.
but I think it's a reminder about our environmental protection laws. When people say cutting the red tape, this is effectively what happens. You get rid of and erode community consultation, the ability to stop things like this.
It's a real problem. Yeah.
It's a real
The
problem.
people need more say, that's for sure.
Yeah,
They need to be
exactly.
consulted.
Well, let's talk and move on to another controversial topic, which is the COVID jab. Now, rollout of this has been nationally been discussed a lot because of what's happening in Victoria in particular. You see at the moment lots of people lined up to get jabs. The education around getting jabs and people wanting to get jabs at the moment is heightened in Victoria because of the COVID cluster. Up here though, the message is really inconsistent, I find. People don't clearly know what you can do, when you can do it. I thought that I was ineligible, but I didn't know. And then I checked, I decided to go online. It said that I'm not eligible. I can't go and get it because I am too young right now. So even if I was motivated, I couldn't. And I feel like if the government really wants to do something about this, they should be motivating people, no matter what age you are, to get the vaccine, because I know that this Victoria cluster has scared a lot of people, and now's the time to act on that, because our rollout up here, utilisation rate has been 58% in the territory, which is the lowest.
It's terrible, and I mean, people in Victoria should be very angry with the way the federal government has handled this. The hotel quarantine and the leaks out of there. And we're way behind the times. We should have had most of Australia well and truly vaccinated.
Yeah. If you look on your screen right now, Richard Branson was saying that for such a small country, Australia's rollout has been very small in comparison to the UK and the United States, which have massive populations. They've done it much quickly, much more efficiently compared to Australia's rollout.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff earlier on the news saying people in some areas, like Catherine, Alice Springs Way, if you're over the age of 16, then you're eligible for the jab, which is a good thing.
Yes, regional
That's great.
Australians.
That's really good, because the more people that get vaccinated, the better right now. I mean, it's been a slow rollout.
Yeah, I was one of the first in Darwin to get vaccinated with Actonilla dilba.
Good.
To encourage Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to go and get vaccinated, and I'm due for my second jab soon, and I'm keen as get it done so I can keep my family and community safe.
Yeah. And I definitely think it's still a personal choice about whether you want to take the jab or not. I know that some people have health conditions, pregnant women are a little bit nervous to take it, but I think that the education needs to be about if you're one of those people sitting on the fence, you know, you can take it. This is the education, or look what's happening in Victoria, get the vaccine, you know, like there should be this quick, you know, act on people wanting to get it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll make it mandatory because of flying, and you can't fly unless you get a vaccine.
Yeah, they need to do more than that though. It's got to happen sooner.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying, you know, not long ago that if they keep going the average rate, it's going to be all of Australia be vaccinated in like 2.5 years.
Yeah, real bad.
That's too long. Too long.
Well, let's talk about something fun, because that topic wasn't very fun. But let's talk about, well, let's see what Matt and Damo have gotten up to this week.
In the past 8 weeks, Damien and myself have gone to some incredible places in the Northern Territory, and I tell you what, we've also created some amazing highlights filming for the NT Recap.
It's been all about wildlife, landscapes and hanging with mates. Between you, Matt and me, this is living NT. As far as landscapes go, it's hard to go past Litchfield National Park and in particular, Wongai Falls. Now when Matthew and I went there, it was still closed for swimming, but we still did see some pretty amazing things.
Mate, how was those golden all-weather spiders?
Touched by Midas. So Matthew and I are here at Bewley Rock Hole, and it is
Unbelievable.
one of the most challenging shoots we had to do was only 5 kilometres from the heart of Darwin.
And to be honest, we were totally unprepared for how much we were going to capture. It was important for us to let locals know the real Darwin experience was within Darwin itself.
With room for everyone. It's hard to go past Corroboree Billabong. Not only did we have a fantastic day out on the water hanging with mates and flicking a line, I caught the biggest barramundi I've ever caught in my life.
Your first barramundi, mate.
Shut up. I'm gonna give him a kiss, Rex Hunt style. I just caught a barramundi! 1 week later, we set the adventure into overdrive.
Mate, you had to go in that mud pit, didn't you?
Sometimes you just gotta send it!
Nothing says the top end like crocodiles.
And nothing says crocodiles like Cakel's Crossing. 10 metres back from the water's edge. For you, Matt and me,
It's easy to see
while we're living free in the bloody NT.
That slogan, oh my gosh! That
G'day.
was a good one.
I tell you what, the last 8 weeks has been unreal, but there's some incredible spots in the Northern Territory, without a doubt.
Consider it sent. I'm pretty sure we sent it pretty well. I had all these ideas in my head for things that I would say, but I don't really have much to say. It's been incredible. I'm lost for words. Doesn't happen often. Enjoyed the silence.
Oh, it's been so great having you guys on, and watching that was really, you know, you've really taken us on a journey, and it's been great. It's a good reminder also about your journey with Sinclair.
Yes. I mean, it was only once I put it... Sorry, mate, I cut you off. Go on, Sinclair.
It's been emotional.
You're going to cry, and I'm going to cry, and then he's going to cry. Oh my God. It's a bit dusty out here at the race.
It's very dusty out there. Thomas, did you have to say something?
Yeah, I can't believe that's the first barra you've ever caught. You know, maybe between now and the next series you can catch another one.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah, hopefully it's bigger.
It counts. One's better than none. I just do want to say for Matthew and myself, he shares the same sentiments as me. It's been an incredible opportunity coming on the show. It's been an amazing experience, and we've really enjoyed not only sharing our adventures with you guys, but everyone watching as well. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been so good. Well, let's stop talking to you because we'll probably end up like going down Crying Avenue. And let's finish on your slogan. What is it?
Between you, Matt, and me, it's easy to see why we're living free in the bloody NT.
I love it. Tell us what is happening out and about,
Well,
not
like-
adventure-wise.
Like I said, guys, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. It's just going to snowball. It's been happening for a while. There's heaps of stuff on. Neil Murray, one of the original founding members of the Warumpi Band, performing at the White Gums in Alice there, and there's also an astronomy tour at the Earth Sanctuary.
I
both in
cannot
early
say
June.
enough. I love Earth Sanctuary. I know I say it every time it comes on, but I just absolutely love it. And the other day when we had the pink moon, all I could think of was I wish I was at Earth Sanctuary watching the pink moon. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we can't turn back time, unfortunately.
No, we can't.
Heaps happening on in Darwin as well, guys. There's a dry season beach party at the Darwin Trailer Boat Club. That's also put on by... also in conjunction with the Trader Bar on June the 4th. Botanical Beats will be at the Botanic Gardens on June the 5th, so you can just roll straight into that, short crawl down the road. Waterfront Beach Club launch on June the 5th as well, so you can take in 2 for 1 on the same day.
Yeah, the Waterfront Beach Club. Have you been to it?
No, I've never been to it. No, what is?
It's kind of like at the waterfront. They're doing it Bali-esque style, so they have
cabanas and that, yeah.
Oh, cool.
exactly,
Great,
and
yeah.
people like chill out. I think it's Friday through to Sunday, and there's some DJs sometimes. Our very own director, Ashley, has DJ'd there before, and I've jammed out to his music. Yeah, while I'm relaxing.
So yeah, there's heaps of stuff on in Darwin at the moment. Firestar, the story of Bungara, is also showing at the Deck Chair Cinema as well. In K-Town, I'm sorry, jumping the gun there. In K-Town there, we've got some comedy in Catherine at the Gondomay and Yijard River Arts and Cultural Centre on June 3rd.
Yeah.
Junk Festival, in Catherine Visitor Information Centre on June the 5th. Remember, our crap could be your crap. And Tourism and Hospitality Careers Fair is in the CDU in Catherine. And they also say there, guys, if you're going to that, you should bring your resumes because there's a pretty good chance you get picked up by someone there for a gig.
I think that is 100% likely. If you bring a piece of paper, I think everyone will hire you. At the moment, I think anyone, if you go to any business, they will hire you right now because of the
I don't know if they found anyone for the Kavanagh yet because Ashley Menacaro said to pour his own beer there the other week nearly, so they're probably still looking there, I don't know.
I don't think that happened. Anyway, oh, thank you so much for joining us on this season. Oh, guys! Hugs all around. Thank you so much for joining us for season 2 of the NT Recap. We will be hopefully back and see you guys soon. Woo!